Welcome to Soccer Gaming and welcome to the beginner's guide of Madden Ultimate Team. In this episode, I'm going to go over how to start and how to go about starting Madden Ultimate Team, the things you need to know, and everything along the way. So if you'd like to watch that, stick around. So there's many ways you can go about what you should be doing first and all of that, but this is what I find to work the best way and kind of the cornerstone of how you should start out when building your Madden Ultimate Team. First thing we're going to do is look over everything before you get started. I'm talking about the missions, the campaign, look over all of this stuff. That way you kind of understand what you need to be doing. So the campaign you are going to want to end up doing later, but there's nothing really in there that you can do early on. If you got early access, if you're in here before early access ends, make sure you knock these out, because you get a 1500 coins, you get elite 80 plus overall wide receiver pack, you get the cover athlete power up fantasy pack, get a bunch of other things along the way, not to mention you get training credit, coins, MUT level, everything like that. So it's something you want to knock out as fast as you can if you get this early access. If not, that won't be available to you. Next thing we're going to go over is the ultimate season, and the reason I want you to look over everything is obviously you're going to want to do your daily objectives every day, but you really need to look over what you should be doing. So this is going to give you some XP, some coins and everything. And the Madden Ultimate Team level is a lot harder to level up this year. The MUT level isn't going to go up as fast as it did last year. So these are definite things you need to do to try to help you raise that MUT level early, and just by looking at these you can tell what you should be doing along the way. So these things obviously just stuff you get along the way. This 25 first down you can get by just playing campaign. Ultimate season rewards is kind of just given to you as you go up levels and stuff. So that's as you go up levels. The ultimate season first quarter is something you need to look at, because it'll basically, you can earn 175 stars in campaign. So now you know, in order to get the 15,000 XP, which is almost a whole level, you need to be doing the campaign. Also things like this: rush for 4,000 yards, force 30 fumbles, win 100 games. Stuff like this you need to know so that you can get the extra XP while just playing. Pass for 3,000 yards in head-to-head. So when you're in head-to-head, you know, maybe you pass more when you should be running or something, just to try to get those 3,000 yards done. But these are definite things you need to know before jumping in and starting. And the reason is a lot of these you can do. The team affinity, the ultimate champion, these things you can do while you're playing the campaign. And this is a very big one that you need to know, is to increase your overall, because this is a very important. You win 20 games with an overall of 70 or lower. So before your team gets up to a 70, you need to try to win 20 games. Then you'll unlock that. And then the next one is win 40 games with an overall of 80 or less. So then you can go over that 70 threshold. Like, as you can see now, I'm at 79 and I got all of those completed. And so little things like that just builds up along as you go through. Same thing, getting stars and challenges, earn stats and complete daily. Like, again, this is something that, hey, complete 25 daily objectives, you will get this as well. Same thing here, 80,000 passing yards, 400 rushing touchdowns. All of this stuff you need to know, because then you know going forward what you can be working on. As you go through there and you realize, oh, I need more passing yards, so maybe when you're in campaign or doing solos, you can do more passing rather than running. And that's just important stuff to know. So the first thing I need you to do is go through, make sure you know kind of what you need to do. I'm not saying write them down, I'm not saying memorize them, I'm just saying that you do know that you need a ton of passing yards, a ton of rushing yards. So take advantage of that in the solo campaign mode. So next thing to go over right after you find out what you need to do is look at all of the unlockables, all of the team affinities, all that type of stuff. So going into the team affinity ones, you can see what you can get along the way, what type of exchanges you need. So if you want, say the Chiefs, let's say you either want the Kyle Long or L'Jarius Sneed, you can go in here, give up cards and get one of those guys and be able to build them in your team. So knowing those and knowing what you need along the way is definitely helpful. Next thing you can also go over is a campaign edition upgrade. and I would go through here and try to find who you would like on your ultimate team, and go through here and see what you need to get these players as well. So if you're wanting DJ Moore at wide receiver, or say you're wanting Devin McCourty, free safety, you have 84 overall, you can go in here, lock in his 75 overall one, then you can add in an 80 to 82, a 75 to 79, and a 70 to 74, and boom, you're given the 84 NAT. So that's another thing you need to look up, is if there's a few of those you want, that you make sure you keep those cards or get the cards you need, whether it be through just getting them through packs or whether it be going to the market. However you need to get them to get those later on. The next thing you can do is open your packs and everything. You're given a ton of bronze. Go in here, and I believe it walks you through this in the campaign. So if you do the campaign, you'll eventually get here. It's to power up a player. You're going to lock in 2 bronzes. You're going to get a power up player randomly. Depends what you get. Same thing. I think it's 2 or 3 here. Yeah, it's 2. And you're going to get a power up pass. And both of those you really could use earlier on in the development of the players and everything. So another 2 things that you need to do kind of early. So after all that's done, if you're going to buy packs, if you've got a ton of packs, go ahead and rip those before you rip your NAT packs and choose players that you want. The reason being, if you rip a bunch of packs and you end up getting a good quarterback or a good wide receiver, then when you go to pick the NAT guys, those types of things, you know that you already have a wide receiver and a quarterback that you like. So maybe you go for a running back or whatever positions you need. So just a little bit of information there. Rip the packs before you rip the NAT packs, or the chosen packs where you get to choose people, because then you'll know which ones you should be choosing based on the ones you already have on your team. So after all that is done, you are ready for the challenges and the campaign. And the first thing I tell you to do is I wouldn't say knock out. I'm not going to say knock out the campaign, because you're not going to want to do all the weeks right in front. However, you do want to get through week 3 or week 4 in the campaign. So come into the campaign, and it'll kind of walk you through on how things work here in the preseason, week 1, week 2, week 3. Week 3 is when you get your team captain. So you definitely want to get through week 3, because then you'll be able to choose your team captain moving forward. I think it's either 3 or 4 you actually unlock the gridiron part. Definitely get through 3 or 4. I think it's 3. You'll get the gridiron, but just going through there, you're going to knock them out. You're going to get coins. You're going to get emote level. I think every time you complete one, it's like 100 XP or something. And a lot of them are just easy to do. Now, keep in mind in these, while you're doing them, that stats count. So while you're going through them, if you remember, we looked at all the stats earlier on of all the stuff we needed. We know we needed rushing touchdowns and all that stuff. When you're doing these, and a lot of them end with playing a game where it's like you have to get 2 passing touchdowns and beat the Chiefs or something like that. When you're going through there, you'll know that, oh, I need to get 2 passing touchdowns. I need to beat the Chiefs. And then if you need rushing yards, rush the rest of the game. As long as you win, keep running up the stats. Don't run the clock and be like, oh, I'm winning. I got my 2 touchdowns. I'm just going to run out the clock. Use that time while you're playing on pro level or whatever level you're playing on. Use that time to get those yards, those touchdowns, blow out the computer 49-0. Like, use that opportunity to try to get those things. It's a good opportunity to try to get fumbles, interceptions, that type of thing, because they're playing on a lower level at that point, and the quarterback isn't very good. Most of them, I think, early on is like Kyle Trask or something. So use that time and opportunity to try to get those stats. That way, later on, when it's harder to try to get those, you already have most of them completed. So after you've done like the week 3 or week 4 of campaign, and you want to knock those out. You want to knock out as many as you really want to. Again, you're getting coins along the way. You're getting all this stuff, and as you can see here, you're going to get other things as well. You're going to get 100,000 plus coins, additional items, elite store pack, which is good, and then an 85 team captain, which after week 3 you go ahead and pick them. And another reason why you early on pick packs, so that you know when the team captain comes, which team captain you want moving forward. Then we're going to go over to the play section, go to challenges, and then you will have the gridiron available here, and you can get a lot of good stuff from this gridiron. Just going through it here, you get a bunch of coins here, all these different trials and things. Along the way, you get the 87 overall JC Jackson, which is a NAT. You're going to get Elite Gridiron Pro Fantasy Packs, 18,000 plus coins, and a 75 player gold from that. So 50 challenges in there, just knock them out. Again, pretty simple. Some of them get a little difficult. There's a few like that you have to get certain sacks and stuff like that, but these are pretty easy to knock out. And especially as you're trying to just grind early on, trying to get coins, trying to get players, trying to get training points, all of that stuff, this is a great way to do it and to get these knocked out. So the biggest piece of advice I could give you early on is just knock out as much as you possibly can. Knock out as much as solo, campaign, gridiron, everything that you could possibly do in those. Knock those out. Make sure that you keep paying attention to what stats you need. Also, the big thing is to knock out the dailies as well. You could definitely get some really good cards and coins and everything from that. So that's pretty much the basics of getting started, what you need to look for and what you need to do first starting out. I'll have other videos later about how to make coins, how to make training, all of that stuff later on, but this is just the bare bones basics of what you need starting Madden Ultimate Team in Madden 22. So you are on your way to starting Madden Ultimate Team. Congratulations. You are going to be a part of the MUT family. Enjoy the game, have fun with it. It'll definitely make it easier to play. Enjoy your team, build your team the way you want to. If you want a certain quarterback, then use that quarterback. Don't think, oh, I have to get the best quarterback that I possibly can. Just use what you like, play with the players you enjoy, and that you're going to enjoy Madden Ultimate Team. So if you guys like this episode, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit that red subscribe button because I am coming out with a ton of Madden Ultimate Team content as well as Madden 22 content in general. So make sure you guys don't miss that. Till next time, Slacker out.